I can't believe the pictures you just posted. What was it that you were disappointed in the internet? Because these pictures are gold. Look at this.
I was disappointed with looking. You would expect more from Star Wars Acid Trip image search in Google, and it was far too, the hit to signal to noise ratio was a mess. I think it just collapsed. But there were a couple of good fonts.
I think he's a good. Currently, I know it's podcast. You can't hear this. Imagine Admiral Akbar on the front of a Doug Henning Rainbow Magician button, slapped in the middle of a Yellow Submarine poster, and it says "It's a trip" instead of "It's a trap." Like, that's freaking gold right there. The Darth Vader that looks like he lost a paintball fight, and he actually has eyeballs, but the kind of like completely open round, actual loose eyeballs that sit inside a skeleton socket.
They look like googly eyes.
Yeah, peeking out of the helmet there.
Somebody just stuck a couple googly eyes right on the Vader helmet.
And then it was I want to say early 90s when you walk into a mall and they have those rippling rainbow grill pattern something, and they're like, stare at it long enough and you can see the sailboat, or stare at the right way, and if you don't see anything, you're a freak. Like
those 3D images where if you defocus your eyes, it brings the differences together and creates it's a sailboat.
Yeah. And we had to go through like 3 or 4 pages of images just to get those 3. It was a surprisingly sanitized. Star Wars Acid Trip just seems like that should be a deeper rabbit hole than we ended up.
Yeah, a little disappointed. And now a word from our remixed sponsor of Star Wars.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, role players. I'm Doug Baldwin with Dicewise Entertainment, bringing you Star Wars Saga Edition actual play podcast audio, as well as live streaming as GM's Cut Rollmongers on Twitch and Rollmongers Podcast Network on YouTube. This is Star Wars Rise of the Consortium podcast. Our cast recurring: Matt Witt, Ryan Messina, hopefully, Jay Tamlin.
Hopefully. He's gone stealth. He's cloaked. He didn't even show up to be on mic. He's a genius. Look at that roll.
He's playing maximum in character tonight.
He's so immersive.
Jeff Ball is playing with us too, as well as producing. Andrew Malburg is joined us to round out our team. When last we left the party, we were in Gorge. You all will remember Gorge. You have to blow up the train. You have to stop the people from blowing up the train until you want to blow it up after your train goes by. And you've zoomed in. You've snuck in on a cloaked hydrofoil, space version of a hydrofoil, which sounds like a space version all of its own.
Space foil?
Space foil, that's right. Starfoil. And snuck up to the bridge, climbed off the bridge onto the stairwell, up the stairs. TP breaks the threshold of the invisibility sphere to take a E-web to the face as Smash, the large droid, fires into his face. Everybody rolled initiative. And here we are.
Here goes the deposit that I paid to Consortium on this rental droid for babysitting us.
Yeah, you mutter that down there at the ship.
Autopilot engaged. What?
Yeah.
No.
All right. Let's see. The first thing that happened.
We didn't really get to the bottom of round 1 because I delayed an action. We left off with Jay, didn't we?
No, we are at the top of round 1.
Oh.
I used, instead of doing a full surprise round, I used the action of the readied action that Smash had. Smash had a readied action. And that kicked off initiative rolls. And I put everybody into the initiatives, and we're at the top of the initiative round. So the only person that got to act at that moment was Smash in that engagement. So at the top of round 1, you see, well, TP probably sees someone swoop up from behind the base of the far end of the bridge in the middle. A man in full tactical gear. He pops up, looks over, and then takes a shot at TP. Now, TP's going to have some cover because the well, let's see. He's got soft cover because he's not going to be able to aim. So unless he's got because Smash is giving cover. But he will take a single shot at you, TP, from the far end. Oh, he rolled a 30. Good Lord. He's kicking some butt today. Does a 30 hit you, TP? It may not.
If I have a cover bonus, it does not.
Oh, that's true. So, right. That's a 25.
But if it did not if I did not have a cover bonus, then that would have actually just barely, until I put my shield up anyways.
It was really cool. He kind of swung up from below on a line that appears to be, well, you can't tell much from here, and probably more for the podcasting audience than y'all's characters actually can tell, but it appears to be some sort of modified ascension gun gizmo that lets him sort of swoop out and beneath the bridge to hang beneath it.
Dude's in full Attack on Titan kinetic gear.
Yeah. Which brings us to TP.
To me!
Ooh, droids with X-Acto knife blade arms. That's kind of that's fun. Vibro X-Acto knife.
All right, so I will activate my shield because it's like an energy shield thing. And just to touch over the details on that, internal riot shield. Where are you? I was just looking at that. I think I do get an equipment bonus to AC for it, but I'm not 100% sure.
I know that it's a swift to deploy, I think, but I don't think shields actually give you any reflex defense bonus.
When held, a riot shield grants you a +5 cover bonus to your reflex defense.
When you're behind, right, if you are behind it. You do have to hide behind it.
I have to like raise my shield
Right.
essentially.
Yeah, I don't think you just get it blandly. Let me.
DR5, 20 hit points, break DC 25. I have to fight defensively.
Right. Okay. To get that bonus from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And fighting defensively is you take a -5 to your attacks for a +2 dodge bonus to reflex defense. Oh, that would stack with the cover bonus, wouldn't it? Because they're different bonuses. That's kind of ridiculous.
If you've got a dodge bonus, it would stack with a cover bonus, right?
Yeah. So fighting defensively, you sack 5 attack to gain 2 dodge bonus to your AC.
Right.
And then the shield
Unless you're trained in acrobatics.
And then the shield gives +5 cover bonus to your reflex. So that's a crazy huge boost.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I would be
and it's
dumb.
a non-lethal weapon.
Yes. I think
that would give you a +7. I mean, you don't have acrobatics, right?
Am I trained in it, you mean?
Correct.
Probably not. No.
Okay. So yes, that would just be a +2 to your reflex defense. If you're trained in acrobatics at some point in your future, that would go up to a +5.
Right. Yeah, but still, like, putting up my shield and fighting defensively gives me an AC boost of 7.
Right, but you can't attack.
No,
you're thinking of melee attack, right?
Well, it doesn't say I can't attack. It says fighting defensively, where you sacrifice 5 to your attack rolls in exchange for 2.
Fighting defensively is a standard action.
It is a standard action?
Right, to fight defensively. What that leaves you able to do is take attacks of opportunity. The difference between the +2 and the +5 is whether or not you choose to give up attacks of opportunity as well.
Oh, that makes sense.
Now, melee defense is one where you can do a trade-off of a negative to your melee attack.
Yeah.
Give a bonus directly, but
I gotcha. Now is a good thing for me to do for +7 to my. Yeah, I still think it's a good thing to do, honestly.
Okay.
I really feel like I would be dumb to not do that.
Right.
So that is exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay. Let's see. So that's you, right? I mean, because you got to move in a swift. Well, you did the swift to deploy the shield.
Swift to deploy the shield, yeah. Standard to fight defensively. And allies can pass through my square for free, or like with no penalty. So, yeah, no, I'm gonna.
All right.
Going full Bastion mode.
Get off the GM there. It's Smash's turn.
Smash!
He switches to auto fire mode. He's just standing here, so we might as well brace. So he's going to use 2 and brace. Then
Oh, and I almost forgot. Beginning of my turn, having an ally adjacent to me, I get some temporary bonus hit points, shoulder to shoulder.
Nice.
Before you take them all away from me.
Yeah, you better stack them up. Here, in fact, is a burst fire attack to these 4 squares. Now, Ash does get the benefit of cover. So that's only a 21 against Ash. Smash is going to spend a force point on this, because this is his opening move. So it's a 30 for everyone except for Ash, which it's a 25. So if that hits you, you guys will be taking damage. Now, if it... So a 30 does not hit you, TP?
Does not now. I have a reflex.
Oh, right.
36, 37.
Quick question for quick positioning question. Am I at bridge level or below bridge level?
Slightly below, but he's at the top of the bridge level firing down at you, which is why I gave you all cover, but I figured it was still the same 4 squares he was targeting. You're 3 to 4 feet below TP. You're not, yeah, I mean, at the most a full square, but
Okay.
But I gave you a full 5 cover for TP standing directly in the line path. Does a 25 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have evasion? I think Zephyr might have evasion. Do you have evasion, Zephyr? You may not.
Yes, I have evasion.
Okay, so you only take half regardless. So you're only taking 14. TP takes
I have
14.
evasion.
Well, you're further away. You're safe.
Hey,
You
you
take
asked
0.
question.
You can take 14. All right, you can take 14 points of damage then.
No. I just wanted to right-click on my mini Messina, and it says "Open Character Sheet" now. Isn't that neat? Thank you, Steve.
Ooh,
Or
savage.
Steven, I should say. Steven C. I
Yes.
believe does the sheets. Yeah.
The literalist for those others. Okay, so that's 29 points for the people it hit, 14 points for TP, and 14 points for Zephyr.
14 points.
Jeff, is this what I've been doing to you
beautiful.
this entire time? I am so sorry.
Yes, this is what America's been doing in the other direction for.
I just happen to have an SR of
He's talking about in my game, Doug.
Yeah,
You know
no.
that season 7 that's going to start up where you guys don't have a Jedi to cover your butts or be your moral compass and see. Oh, spoilers. We'll see.
So my shield has a DR of 5 listed on it.
Oh,
Oh,
but
wait,
that's
I have a-
so that doesn't.
That's if my shield's being like attacked.
correct.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
But either way, I'm pretty sure I just take no damage, and because it wasn't enough to pass my shields, because my shields
I have
are
a
an
reaction
SR
I
of
will use
15.
after-
I think I just take no damage.
Okay, I actually have a reaction. I'm remembering what I have here. I have Force Shield, and I will use it.
Okay.
That is like one of my favorite force powers, by the way, Messina.
Yeah,
I love that power.
that's-
It's so good.
Nope. So
Yeah,
Force
14
Shield. I know
is the perfect number for that, Matt. One more and your shield would have even dropped.
I will use.
I know. I was like, yes, I like that damage. You keep that up, big giant robot.
All right.
I'm gonna start calling this dude Merrick Bot.
So, Ryan, I think that means that you only take 15 points of damage because you took the whole thing in the teeth because it hit you, right?
Yes, but I am going to. Now I realize I have the Force ability, Force Shield, and I will
Right.
use that.
Correct. So you have
Which-
29 points of damage coming at you.
Yep.
How much force shield do you get?
I am looking at. I am bringing it.
Oh,
up
I think you have to
currently.
roll. You have to roll your force check to see how good your shield
Yes,
is. That's right.
I rolled a 36, I think.
Okay, that'll max that out. That's good.
I just need to probably get the deets, so feel free to unless you're waiting on me.
I am.
All right.
A 30 is going to give you an SR 20. So you take 9 points of damage, and your SR drops to 15.
Oh, hooray! I too have SR.
Speaking of 29, Matt, since it is 29 years after Merrick's Reign of Terror, the M3R-1K units could be a possibility. I'm just saying. It could be, be stylized after the man himself.
So,
All right. So 9 points of damage. Zephyr's the one that took most of that on the chin. And only that was 14, but...
Yeah, that's a lot better than like 30 dams off of. I'm like, ooh, I only have 53 HP. This will be a quick game for me. And I'm like, he can do that next round too. No good. Again, my apologies, Jeff.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
But I still am going to do it.
Yeah. Fine. I'm used to it. That's why
You built in a callus. It's like an SR.
Yeah, the R is for Ryan. That's a shield Ryan rating.
Yeah.
You can't hurt me or my feelings. Anyway, sorry, go ahead, Doug.
No problem. Another braced area attack comes in from the northwest of y'all. This one is going to
see, I told you we should put dudes in those sniper points. They took our sniper point dude points.
Snitches.
I'm going to again give Ash cover, but it'll be coming in from the northwest.
I gotta wonder, were they like
Rolled a
walking along
19,
the road?
dude. Gives him a 30. So he won't.
Be missing.
He probably won't be missing many of y'all.
No.
Anyone? So the evasion cuts that in half. So that's 16 for evasion, assuming that the 30 hits. TP, you take half. And at this time, it's 16 points of damage. So you take 1 point of damage and your SR drops to 10. And then in this one, that's the exact same thing that I think happens to Ash.
Yes, I get 16 points of damage.
Right, which means 1 point hits. Yeah, right. Which means you take 1 point of damage and your SR drops to 10. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting dividends off this force power right now.
Ash, you're up.
Hey! Oh, still cloaked. I'm like, wow, I'm cloaked, and I'm just getting so peppered. What'd I tell you guys about clustering?
Now you know why he goes off on his own.
Now you know why I don't like to be around you guys.
Remember the whole everyone has a jetpack?
Yeah. Yeah, I highly remember that. I thought,
I was going to use
why?
mine. I didn't even get off the boat. And I was like, wait till everyone's off the boat, put autopilot, and I'm about to jetpack, and you guys pop up and go.
And the platform above you disintegrates. You're like, well, I'll just stay on the boat here, guys.
And now there's this soap bubble because we can't see Ash. We just see his force bubble, and it's churning around like a big Pac-Man, and it's bitching at us. Why are you guys clustering?
Yes. So I just want
I'm just working with you guys so much. It's been such a lonely 6 months.
I wanted to say, guys, I love.
Since the Minotaur left me, I've been so lonely. It's been so boring.
Since Galamanka left me.
So I send a swift action to put Force Shield back into my suite because I surrendered to the current at the beginning of this encounter. So that's that. As a move action, I maintain cloak.
Okay.
And then as a standard action, I move up and I start getting away from these peoples. Because we don't cluster, guys. Grenades exist. Stay away.
All right. Where are you headed? Where are you going?
My goal is
Don't
to
forget,
go here.
guys, we did discover explosives on a pillar.
Yeah, and energy bolts in the air. That's my more immediate concern.
Sure.
But where are you headed?
My goal is that, so I'm a bit down, so I know I got 6 squares to move. So I guess I would want to go up. You can move through friendlies, correct?
Correct.
Right. And I forget how diagonals work in Star Wars, so that's going to be refreshed. But would I be able to jigger around Deathicon 5000 here?
Do you have acrobatics?
Not why there are numbers
Are you
beside
trained?
my...
Are you trained in
No.
acrobatics?
No.
Use your jetpack. Just fly around him.
Then you would be open to attacks of opportunity from.
But I have total concealment.
Correct. He just saying that, assuming that he has the ability to attack, you would be open to an attack of opportunity if he has some
Correct.
way to detect you. I'm not.
Fair.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Saying that what you said isn't true.
Okay, yeah. So
You don't know what he's got.
And he doesn't know what I got. That's a fair assessment from all across the table there. Like, through the galaxies, I know.
I would say you show me yours, I'll show you mine, but it's close. Everything's close.
It's the reverse. You don't show me mine, I don't show you yours.
No, exactly.
So that will be my goal, and I'm assuming this would be within my 6 squares of movement. Right, in a... Yeah.
Pink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's one. So
That is my goal.
So it is also the square stepping up to the square that
Yep.
TP's in.
Yep,
It's
all
rough
fair,
terrain.
no argument here.
Hang-
Yep.
So the square that TP is in is rough terrain.
Oh.
Stepping over the rail line
Uh-huh.
is rough terrain as well. So both of those cost you 2 each.
Okay. So I could get here, then?
So far, that's 4. And then one more would be 5, which would get you
Yeah.
into the middle of it. And then you'd either be stuck, and you'd be stuck there, or you could move south 1. You could not move southwest 1 because that southwest 1 costs you 2 because you've already done 1 diagonal.
Okay, yeah.
That was really
so,
tedious, but
No, that's fair. So I could, I think I'm moving here. Here is within my range.
you can do that, and you can do 1 further south if you wish.
Yes. So I would like to do this.
Okay? An attack does not come at you.
Okay.
Anything with your swift?
I returned Force Shield to my
Oh,
suite.
is that a swift? Okay. Zephyr?
Yeah.
Okay. So these like pillars that the train kind of funnels through that we're
Mhm.
standing next to.
Mhm.
You said there was a hole.
So
that
yeah,
the
they're
train goes through,
shaped
but
like a C. If you just imagine, like a really large C,
Yeah.
that is on a stanchion. So it is your Matt is doing a very good vision of both of them.
yeah, curves around
Of
a
what
little
the
bit.
entire stanchion looks like coming up and around. It's almost a piece, some sort of like peace commercial symbol of like we bring.
I was
hands
just
together.
voguing, guys. Don't pay any attention to me.
Matt Hartstein. So yeah, if you were gonna do that heart thing with your hand, but then put a gap in the middle, so pull your hands apart. They're like C's. and it's sort of like rough terrain to hop over, but you can go through them. You could, if you were walking along that ledge, when you get to that, that's definitely a rough terrain square to move in either direction over that square.
Okay. Would it provide me any cover to try and use them, or
it can provide you potential cover depending on who's attacking you from where. So I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say when we start lining up shots, it's fair to say, hey, look, is it going through that stanchion? You're not, if Smash has got reach or something like that, I'm not saying you won't get cover from him. There's a lot of hole in that too. Smash gets a larger view, but depending on who you're getting cover from, it is possible to you can crouch down a little bit too if you want.
For the podcasting audience, Doug is not running to the center of the room. He's just leaning back. It just sounds like he literally runs to the middle of the room to talk with his hands to show us something, and then runs back to the microphone. It's not actually what's happening. He leans back a bit so he can use his hand. But no, it sounds like you're like running to the middle of the room to like a whiteboard or something.
You see me?
And you could see me there. You could see by the...
That's exactly
Audio
what's going
effects
on.
are
Everybody
fun.
missed it. Okay. So I'm thinking, would it be possible to hop over?
I'm going to move. I'm
Here.
moving the ship back. The ship is one square forward, but I'm moving it out of the way for clarity of our conversation.
So I'm looking at moving across to the sea here.
That's
and
That's 2 squares of movement cost.
So then if I moved south, 3, 4, 5.
South is also 2 because of going over that track. So that is rough terrain as well to move south onto the track. Not that you can't move onto the track, just saying that.
Okay, so I would be stuck here essentially right in the middle if I tried that.
Right. Now, all of those steps would open you to attacks of opportunity from Smash because you are within his range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you wished, I'm not saying this is helpful to you. If you wished to withdraw, I would allow you to withdraw into the square behind TP, even though there's a little bit of a height difference, but I wouldn't charge you for that. Once you've withdrawn, you're out of, you could hit your jetpack or something. I'm not saying that that's what you should do. I'm just
giving you options, man. Just giving you options.
And I know you haven't played this system a lot, so I'm just kind of toss it. This is a tactical fight. So
just out of curiosity, Doug, if he was to move to that diagonal square to the south,
to the southwest,
to the southwest, that would just cost him 2 squares of movement to do that because of the terrain. Right?
No, it would cost him
4.
At least 4 to get into the one to the southwest, the directly adjacent square, because it's rough terrain.
Right.
And would open into an attack of opportunity.
Well, the attack of opportunity, yeah, for sure. But I was just curious if he was to take the free diagonal, would he be able to, because it's rough terrain either direction he goes, but would that bypass one of the rough terrain costs?
No.
Okay.
What if I used a jetpack to fly straight up vertically and then go to the east and land on this side of the pillar?
You could absolutely do that. You would take an attack, open yourself to an attack of opportunity doing that.
Yeah.
But you could fire up the jetpack, sacrifice half your movement, and then move to the square that I just moved you into.
Okay.
Do you see where I dropped you in? And that one would only cost 1 to move into, and then you'd still have 5 squares of movement left after that. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 total squares of movement after that because it's a withdrawal.
Okay. Am I still able to see Smash from that vantage point?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we do that? I'll move just to the north of TP there.
So you're going to engage swift action to engage your jetpack.
What was the other move action you said?
Withdrawal.
Withdrawal. Would that be a potential better option?
Well, withdraw is the only option that's getting you into that square without an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Once you get into that square, you have 2 squares of movement total left, which is 1 diagonal or 1 lateral. But you're flying now, so you can be over water as far as you care.
Oh, really? Okay.
And for reference, guys, if you want to raise your elevation with your jetpack, I believe it counts as difficult terrain.
Right, it's 2 squares to go up, but you can fall faster.
Yeah.
Do I have to do like a movement every round in order to stay afloat, or?
No, that's Pathfinder too.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
No, but you get 10 rounds of fuel in your jetpack, and this is round 1.
Wasn't there a caveat about having to make a movement with the jetpack?
If you move more than 12 squares,
more than
the
12.
round
Okay.
that you land,
Right.
you're
Okay.
required to make a pilot's check.
Okay. No, but I mean, like, wasn't there something that you had to do? Like, you can't just like hover. Like, I think you had to spend movement of some sort with your jetpack. I could be wrong.
No, that's Pathfinder.
Is it Pathfinder? Okay.
It's definitely in.
Yeah,
it's
that's
definitely in
correct. Pathfinder.
Oh, from the fly spell. Yep.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Pathfinder.
Just making sure.
Moreau, when this hits you, Moreau, this will be round 2 for you because you flew out the round prior to this. Now, whether you want to stay right where you are, Zephyr, or use any of your other total of 2 squares of movement, your next diagonal costs you 2 because we're use Pathfinder diagonal rules.
Yep.
So the first one is 1, the next one costs you 2, and when you withdraw, you get half your movement speed. So that's why you have 3 squares of total movement in this withdrawal.
I gotcha. Maybe I'll just move right to the east 2 squares.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's my movement, and then let's see. I can't aim now, but I could potentially take a shot.
Right.
Why don't we go for the guy that is to the south that just showed up?
Okay.
I do not know how to target
He
him.
likely has soft cover, unless you have something that would negate soft cover, which is like a sniper or something like that.
Yeah, you're thinking the right thing. As a scout talent, I believe.
Right. So, I think. I think you're looking probably at soft cover at either of them. So that's not going to, either way, they're both going to get soft cover, I think, without aiming. But that's fine.
Okay. Actually, could I spend my standard action to increase my movement and just continue going eastward?
Yes. 6 squares.
So I could potentially move right here and land.
Yes.
Okay, maybe I will do that instead.
Okay. Moreau.
Now realizing I didn't actually need to spend a swift action to activate my jetpack earlier. Unfortunate.
Oh, because the way you're integrated equipment, it's a free action for you or something.
No, because I have jetpack training.
Makes it a free action.
Yeah. Anyways, since I'm nearby,
We'll just
this,
have Jeff edit it back in.
yeah. Since I'm nearby this mysterious bomb-like object, I would like to observe it and see if there's a see if there's a specific mechanism for the explosion on it, or if it's timed, or what's going on. And also,
it does appear to have a detonator cap on it. It appears to be well, give me a mechanics check since you're staring right at it to understand everything that's going into that.
sure. Basically, I want to know, can I just take it and use it myself? Like switch the cap or something? Here we go. That is a nat 1.
The toothbrush.
Well, even a nat 1 is 14. Yeah, the 14.
I'll use a force
You can't
point,
tell.
at
Oh,
least.
okay.
There, 18.
All right. You can broadly tell that it's got a remote detonator on it. You can, ion damage this one and replace it with your own. If you want to try to mechanics it to respond to your detonator instead, that would take probably more time than, disabling it and replacing it with your own.
Okay,
Or-
well, in that case, I get on the comms, say, looks like there's a remote receiver on here. Just disable it and replace it with ours, and we might be able to just take these bombs.
Which doesn't mean that you can't use your action economy to disable this one from being able to be blown up if the person who had it pressed the button. You could do a new mechanics check on this to disable it if you wish.
Okay, do I have the action economy to do that right now?
Yeah, that was just a swift action to assess the situation.
Okay. Then yeah, I will try to do that for this particular one, like right here.
Okay.
Whether I do that for the other ones or not, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the option of the EMP grenades that would also disable the. You would end up definitely needing to replace the detonator then too, but that one you can at least throw if you have to.
Yep.
But you're right up on this one. So give me a fresh mechanics check. It's a standard action.
That is a 19.
Okay, do you want to spend a force point?
Why not?
All right, that's good.
I don't really do much else. 25 now.
Definitely, yeah. You're good. You have it disabled. It will not now explode without some other reason for blowing itself up. And are you hovering at this point? Which is fine. I'm just tracking.
So far, yes. If I'm planning to, when I get to the next one, I'm thinking of potentially shutting off the jetpack.
Okay.
Which, if this one is disabled, is it disabled and, switched, or is it, just disabled and then next round
Next round, you would have to put your own stuff in it. That's going to be a full round action.
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm not saying, you can have your out, but it's going to be a full round action to set it. I believe, that makes sense.
Oh, that's time consuming.
You could just wait for later. It may be enough that it's not going to blow now.
Yeah, potentially. I'm going to draw my Ascension pistol.
Okay, that's your move action, and I think that's you, right?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, swift action, activate shields.
Swift action was your mechanics check assessment.
Oh, okay, that's what that was. Cool,
Yeah.
We're good then.
Yep. My apologies to the most interesting Clatoonian in the galaxy, who was supposed to go at 2012 just before Moreau. So we're going to circle back and see what is happening with our Clintunian scout.
It's okay because I had delayed. Remember, I
Um,
delayed to the end of the round.
oh, that's true. That's true. Well, then good
So
because
I am where I'm supposed to be. So that would put my initiative.
You are
just
where
after
you're
his,
supposed to be, which is the
Excellent
bottom
GMing.
of the dog pile.
Yeah. I had we had ended the episode because I said what I was gonna do
Right.
at the delay because it was like delay to the end of the round and then do this. So when we did Monroe, so no, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Can I have a snapshot of a GM description? There was a lot of I go here for me and the podcasting audience. So, give me a
So this,
snapshot about it.
as everybody does know, this is in a deep ravine, canyon running for miles and twisty and turvy. There is a bridge about 35, 40 feet off of the river floor, running between two tunnels on each side of the canyon. On the bridge, in the center of the bridge, is a large droid armed with an e-web that has been laying waste to many of the party. On the east and west, north and south, there are 4 crow's nests. I call them that. They really represent, there could be dozens of them, but for the purpose of simplicity, I've sort of identified 4 of them that are at varying heights up the canyon that appear maybe to have some number of additional enemies shooting in at the party as the party has been climbing up onto the bridge. Moreau, there are 3 stanchions for the bridge across the middle. There's one right in the middle of the river, and then there's one, halfway to the shore in each direction from the center. Moreau is on the western stanchion, up underneath the bridge, playing with the explosives. Engaging Smash in the center of the bridge is some version of Ash. Well, Ash, I wouldn't say engaging. He's cloaking around. As he is wont to do. TP, I would say, is more engaging. And Zephyr just got the heck out of the way and is now over on the eastern side near the eastern stanchion, supporting the eastern side of the bridge. Bakur has stayed on the boat so far. Now, we can say that it's because he's at the end of the round, but I think we all know.
Okay, so at the end of the last round, the surprise round, my action was to wait till everybody got off, and then engage autopilot and hit jetpack so I could take flight. So did I manage to do all that?
So that's what you're doing now? No. Because they weren't all... so...
We played a full round down to me
you're right.
last episode.
That's fine. You are now on round 2 of your jetpack. You are hovering next to the boat, and you've just started round 2 of your jetpack. And the boat is now moving downstream, I believe is what you all had it do.
No, upstream.
Upstream. Okay.
Yeah, because if the bridge comes down and blocks the river and we need to get back to where our ship is, we might have to navigate pieces of bridge. So
Okay.
we figured we'd keep the boat to that side because it'll be clear regardless.
You wanted it to stay away for like 15 minutes and then come back?
No, we just
Wait,
wanted it
just
to
leave it.
pilot itself out
It was
of.
going to pilot itself and ground itself on the eastern shore.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's not going to come back.
a half mile upstream.
We're going to have to hike.
I'm not. Don't mean to speak for you, Matt. If there was something more specific, but
Nope,
it seemed
that's-
like half a mile ish.
Yeah, just out of combat range, so
Yeah.
they can't blow our boat up. Essentially,
So that was the plan.
Yeah.
But I actually set the controls to come back 10 minutes. No. No. I don't want Ash stealing this thing. No, it can stay away. That's fine. The greater good.
Okay.
We'll hoof it.
You are hovering 5 feet off of the river floor, the river surface.
Can I have a perception check? I want to know if those guys have like flown to their designated posts. I'm assuming they're planting explosives. I don't know that they've found other ones.
What are you trying to give just everything a really big once over with a person?
First I need to fly up. I need height to see what's going on. So I'm going to come up level with the bridge.
Use your move action to go up how high?
So like
Right
my
up?
head is level with the bottom of the bridge.
Okay. All right.
You know what I
That'll
mean?
be your
Like,
full movement.
I'm peeking up,
Right. You are now, let's just say you're 1 square above the bridge, even though it's 7. I'll just say that was about where you
Sure.
flew off.
Yeah.
You are at 7 essentially, so you can now see there. Give me a now. You want to take everything in with a percent, with a good percent.
more like what's in front of me. I'm trying to assess my 2 friends versus 1 droid versus they're fine, and I'll just go set my explosive underneath while they're buying us time. If there's more shit going on, kind of directly in front of me, I don't expect to get a 360 out of the GM. You know what I mean? Now, if there's crossfire, then I probably know about that. But
You rolled a 1.
is that a bridge? Are
No,
those
you
my
rolled a
friends?
persuasion check, but I am going to make you keep your 1.
A little Bakure pops on my shoulder. Now you don't want to help them,
Now,
Take the
what's
money
your
and go.
perception bonus though? Your perception bonus
Way different.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we'll look at
16.
the bonus off of that, which is a plus 12. So you got a 13 perception check. Your 13 perception check, because ones aren't fails. You can you can see smash.
Sure you don't want to save that persuasion for next time I try and get some free pog juice or something? No? All right.
Hey, he was offering you free pork juice,
Yeah.
and I believe you were the only one that drank it.
It's delicious. Way better than the Gungan stuff. Okay, so if there isn't anything that's really going to kibosh the plan in front of me with my 13.
You see nothing that I haven't revealed on the map. You can see Zephyr to your left. You see TP and Smash right in front of you. And you probably see Moreau doing something up under the bridge to your right.
Okay.
Whether
The guy
or not
in the-
you see in the guy...
Did the guy in the crow's nest take fire on us already? Was that obvious?
Yes, the guy in the crow's nest did fire up at y'all.
Oh, okay. I was trying not to meta where I'd go straight up and I could see everything. If I'm aware of the incoming fire, I don't know. Can I move? If it's going to take both my movements just to get height, I guess I can't do that, can I?
Well, you've only moved your move. So far, you've burnt a swift action and a move action.
Okay.
So you still have a
then
standard action. You may use your
Fine,
standard action as movement if you prefer.
I will fly couple squares east to line myself up with the line myself up with the west side of the stanchion, and then fly up like just under the bridge kind of thing. This is my position where I would plant my explosives, and I'm trying to use the stanchion for cover against the guy in the crow's nest opposite on the east side.
All right,
makes
so
sense?
you actually dropped a bit to go up under it.
Yes.
You were above it.
Yeah.
Now you are going.
Yep, I pop up, they're fine for a minute, and then I fly to try to get cover from the guy sniping from the cliff and get a better look at the stanchion to see if I have time to plant explosives or if I need to join the battle. Haven't drawn, weapon or explosive yet in my hands. I'm just
Okay. You can have
maneuvering.
had your weapon out because I gave everybody the chance to do that coming in. But if you felt
That's
like
kind of you, but I was autopiloting, and then I was
that's fine.
like,
I just wanted to kind of throw that back out there because I don't have.
Yeah.
If
No,
you,
these guys were like green position, ready to launch, and I was kind of driving. So I appreciate it, but no, I don't want to.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
right.
Anyway, so I'm in position, and we'll see.
And you're under there. Oh, good.
Yes, please.
Okay. And I believe you see the other. Yeah, you see the other. Let me move you out of the way. Make sure. Oh no, you don't. All right. If you're up under there, give me a perception check. That was
18.
better. That was better. Okay, you do see, as you fly right up under it, because you fly right up next to it, you do see some explosives up under there.
Oh dear. Okay.
that are, you know,
I'll worry
it's like
about
your
them
face,
next
you kind of came up right and you see the back of it and the wires sticking out of it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like a
"Whoa,
hornet's
oh,
nest, you know.
hello."
You step into your shed or you're under your porch, and then you kind of look, and it's like right there, and it's like, why didn't I see that?
Yeah, if this was a TV show, there would be a counter on it going down, but because this is a remote detonator, and it doesn't have that same effect. All right.
Best countdown in sci-fi has to be Predator's armband, and you just saw all the slashes moving, but there were less of them on his band as it counted down to give you the hint that, you know, tick-tock.
Yeah, technically, that was the end of round 1, but because we had that little semi-round before that, I'm going to declare this round 3. That doesn't change anything anybody else. It's just a nomenclature
Sure.
that I'm using for tracking. And we're at the top of round 3.
That's good for jetpack fuel consumption, right?
It has no bearing on people's.
We're all
having
three.
people's jetpack cycle on their initiative, so that it should have no bearing on that. I did, however, you're on round 2 now, as is Moreau, because both of you started your jetpack in that first pre-round, which is now you did that in round 1, so it doesn't change anything.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. It's a couple of their turns. The SEAL team fighter guy, and I pop up the picture to kind of remind y'all, swoops back on the rope swing that he's got and swoops under the bridge and has swings all the way over adjacent to Bakur. Does he get adjacent or does he stop back? Let me see. I think he does go adjacent. There it is. Too many character sheets. And he's going to fire his heavy blaster pistol at the Clutunian who has snuck up under the bridge for what he thought was cover. And rolls a 19. That's not even within a force point.
It's cover from some, from most.
Yeah. I'm assuming
Cover on
that
some worlds.
a 19 is not even within a force point. For you.
I reflex 27, so no.
Okay. Then he misses. And let's see.
Spend your money on more training and less gear. Not you, GM, the guy with the funny flip-up binocs.
Ash,
Yes.
there's a ping coming. Are you going to mask it?
That's like built into this character. Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody sees me.
Then give me a use the force check to see whether or not you can hide from this ping.
Gladly.
Every time I try to mute myself on Zoom,
37.
unfortunately, because of the layers, it says the host has muted you across the battle screen. But when Ryan tries to hide from the ping, I think that's very suitable.
All right. And then stuff happens. And TP, you're up.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's still in my best interest to keep fighting defensively against this guy, but I mean, no, you know what? Screw that. Bows to the walls, you know? I'm gonna stab him in the face with the force pike. What's the requirements for a charge, Doug? Is it
You need to have movement. I think it's at least 2 squares of movement.
2 squares of movement? Yeah, okay.
Now,
So I don't even have room to
I will say that
it.
now, at the moment, you aren't flying, but let's just pretend that you are already flying. You can withdraw and then charge.
Yes.
It does take your whole, round to basically do that, but
Okay. Yeah, no, I won't. I won't do that. I will stab him in the face. So let me just make the adjustment because I'm no longer fighting defensively. It is a big increase to my reflex defense, though. And yeah, I'm gonna hack and slash and hack.
I think you can kind of go all in on a swing, can't you?
Yeah, it's a devastating attack or something like that.
Well, devastating attack is going to
Oh,
help.
it just applies, right?
Right, and you got to the force pike. You will be using normal. Well, you could powerful charge.
So be swift to activate my jetpack, withdraw, fly in, and attack. Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I?
Yeah.
That would be pretty rad. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Swift, activate my jetpack. Withdraw the 2 squares.
Mm-hmm.
And then
charge.
Charge, yeah.
And you'll use powerful charge, I assume, at that point?
Yeah, I'll do the all-in. Everything I got. And I believe powerful charge is a minus to my reflex defense as well, temporarily, right?
Right,
Yes.
for the duration of the round.
Yep. So here is my attack roll. What do I get? I get a +2 to hit.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
already-
it's already baked in.
You baked it in? Okay.
Yeah, that one's baked in. But it's the force pike powerful charge. Yeah, that's the one. 23.
23.
Let me see. Let me see if that's within a force point. That is within a force point.
Then I will use a force point. Please give me a friggin' 6. Yes.
Nice. All right. 7.
So that is a hit, I assume,
That is correct.
for 27 points of damage.
Yep.
And does that hit his damage threshold if his damage threshold is reduced by 5?
Right. So 32 is what I would calculate for that. And his damage, remember, he is a large creature.
He is, yes.
So that does not come
Okay.
close to
Oh.
reaching.
Oh. Okay.
I thought I would say it that way to.
Yes, okay.
I mean, it is sort of his best feature.
So that would
Alright.
put me. That basically would put me right back where I was, wouldn't it? Except
Yes,
now
you-
except my jetpack is now active.
Right. Round 1 of your jetpack, and you did 27 points of damage.
I'll take it.
Now it's his turn. When he looks at his E-web, he looks at his ion arms. He's got claws. Oh, man. It's so tempting to claw you just because he's got it. He's got pretty good. Yeah.
I want a maul. Let me maul, boss.
Droid on droid violence. He's going to claw you with a single claw. He's got a plus 22 on that. So
Oh, damn.
he rolled a 31
That's a hit.
for 18 points of damage.
And that is so.
You're at a
That's
10
physical, so my shields wouldn't take that.
Well, unless it's an energy. Is it what? It's just a shield rating, right?
No, it's so
Droid
like.
shield rating?
Oh, the droid shields. Yeah, you're right. It is
It's
just
straight
an
up
SR.
droid shields. This is not one of those coat
Yeah. So
armbands,
that would. So I would soak 10. My
Right.
shields drop to 5.
right? And take 8.
And I take 8, which leaves me with 1 bonus hit point remaining.
Nice. Although you ended your turn. No, you didn't end your turn adjacent to allies. I'm
no,
not
like technically, I think like kitty corner below me to Bakur, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like,
The
I'm not
thing
going to
is,
say that I'm
it really
adjacent
is
because
up
there's
under
literally
there.
a bridge between us.
You just
But
can't
wait,
bridge
isn't-
that gap.
Yeah. Isn't every droid
But I have a
an
question about that
ally?
ability, because it doesn't say that they don't stack. So if I was
so you
always
only ever have as many temporary hit points as the maximum single source,
okay,
as you
all
would
right.
expect.
okay, just making sure because like the wording of it, I'm just like if I just hang out with people all day
And for the
long.
heck of it, at the end of this, I will give you the benefit of being adjacent to Bakur. So at the end of, so this was before you got hit. So I don't think it's going to matter. You hadn't been hit at all yet, so it's irrelevant.
I had reduced my temporary hit points by 1, so instead of having
Once you
1, I have 2. Yes,
okay, well, you can have 1 back.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right. That's so Smash clawed you. Does he want to move? No. He's good. All right.
Should have him spit some insults in binary.
um
Heard your dad works on DOS. Oh yeah, I commodored your mother.
Whoa. Amiga. That's a Super Nintendo burn if ever I've heard one. All right, he's going to brace and burst fire on TP, the only target he can see. Everybody else is hidden behind stanchions.
Perfect. That's what I'm here for.
Droid alone cannot stand.
All right. Does a 28 is it 28 within a force point?
Is a 28 within a force point? It is within a force point.
Okay, there you go.
And if you're using a force point, it does hit.
Well, he is using a force point. So that is 32 points of damage that is coming in from the northwest. From that
So what you're
crow's
saying
nest.
is whether he hits you with a 1 or a 0, you're binaried.
Binary. So 32, that's a lot of damage. Once per encounter, as a reaction, you can reduce the damage from a single attack that targets your reflex defense by an amount equal to your fortitude defense.
Sounds like a good thing.
Just a scratch.
That
Sounds
is it.
familiar.
So you did 32. I am 100% going to do that.
Okay. So I believe you take nothing because between your shields and what's your damage threshold? What's your DT?
28.
28. So that's 28 plus your shield rating of 5, so that you've got 33 before it would even trigger any of that. So you're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
So out of curiosity, would that activate No, as a reaction. Like, in the scale of things, like would that knock my shields down?
No, because
Okay.
it wasn't enough. So the way that calculated was that the
You intercept the damage.
I know. I'm doing the same
yes,
thing.
technically your shield should drop, but I'm not charging you that because you're I'm taking you just to scratch off the front.
first. Okay.
And then, which
It is a reaction.
rules is written, it would go through SR first. It would be about your SR would kick in, and then the remaining damage would be
Right.
coming at you.
Well, no, and if that's the case, then
Yeah.
then shields are down.
Okay, and that's down to 0, right?
Yep.
Okay, so they're down to 0, but you still take no damage because
Right.
just a scratch kicks in. Okay, next up.
Ding,
Guns.
shields are down. Ding, shields are down. Ding, shields are down. I'll be taking all the damage. I'll be taking all the... Oh, sorry, Christmas Carol.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, Bakur has volunteered to take all of the future damage.
Sweet.
So we all appreciate that. Thanks, Bakur.
Not what I said. Not what I said. Thank you. Not what I said.
Someone is aiming at Zephyr and firing at him with a blaster carbine. Prime target. Hunter's mark. Aiming negates cover. Does a 33 hit you, Zephyr?
Yes, it does.
Okay. There are 32 points of damage coming at you from the southeast crow's nest. Now, I'm not saying that this is a moment that you want to do it, but as you heard previously, you have 2 destiny points. Those destiny points can be used to get an automatic crit. They can be used to negate the single source of damage. They can be used to act out of turn, and we have 1 or 2 other things. But those are the key things that you can use them for. This is approaching that zone. So,
Yeah, that might be a good option. I think everything else still makes me drop down the condition track. So yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we spend a destiny point to negate that?
okay. Ash, you're up.
Nice.
And now we know that
Ah.
there is someone hiding in the southeast crow's nest as well.
And there's someone puddling in my pool. I can tell that much. I will find you. But in the meantime, I got a big clunky killbot 10,000 that's trying to kill my team. And as impartial as I am, it is to my benefit that they live longer and prosper. So I, for my standard action, would like to use move object.
Okay.
I use the force that is with me. 37.
Okay.
Um,
that should be enough to. Wait.
Smash.
Wait. That's got to beat his fortitude, right?
I have it up here. Move object. Will.
Okay. Then you do win the will. You do win the will fight.
Excellent. And I get to move him 6 squares in any direction. And I wish to yeet him into the river.
Okay. What direction? South?
South. Correct. South.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then straight down, right?
Oh, gravity does the rest. I get 6 squares.
Okay. Then he'll take the falling damage, but you won't get your throwing damage because you aren't chucking him at something.
Nope, that is fair. That
Okay.
is 100%. I would then use move action to maintain stealth, just so I know for party awareness so these explosive devices that are at least the one that's marked on the map. I guess so opponents who are we're cognizant of. Who am I cognizant of?
You are aware of the person in the northwest crow's nest, of his existence. You probably haven't seen him, but you've seen weapons fired.
Shots from that.
Right, shots fired.
Okay.
You might have noticed the shots, that there were shots coming over at Zephyr to your east. You know of Smash. You saw the commando guy pop up on the other side of the bridge, but then he popped back down under the bridge, so you don't have a line of sight on him.
Fair enough. Okay, I will use a move so a standard action. I'll use my move action to maintain cloak still.
Yep. Good call.
And that gives me a swift. I have nothing to return to my suite. That's it then. That is where I stand.
In the middle of the track.
Pro.
In the literal middle of the map, middle of the track, middle of the train track. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Zephyr, you're up.
This guy puts a whole new level of definition to self-centered.
Let's see. Can I skirt around the edge and do an aimed shot and see the guy below, or do all I see is Bakur?
So you're he definitely you're above. You have no, without moving. Now you can certainly use your jetpack to move. Okay, so you could certainly move from where you are. You probably can barely see a bit of Bakur, but you probably can't see the other guy at all, given the fact that they are up close. I mean, they're right under the level of the bridge. They're where the bridge and the stanchion meet, because they're trying to cluster. That seemed like the best place to put the explosives at, and that's where Bakur had put himself to sort of get the most cover from.
Okay. Let's see. The big guy's gone. I'm no explosive expert, so why don't we drop down so that I can see our friend there and maybe get a little cover from the footer?
Okay.
From the guy in the northeast.
I'll let you do that. He will get cover as well from the stuff that he's in there too, but you can absolutely drop down to shoot at him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just drop.
If you both will have some cover. If nothing else changes in movement, you would both have cover to each other, because you have some of that stanchion as well.
Okay. I just want to drop down just enough. So and the bridge is right up above my head.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave you in the same square, because essentially what you're doing is flying out over and under and swooping back in, right? You're really staying in the same vertical, just one or two squares down. Yep.
And then I'll aim at the guy that's trying to shoot Bakur.
Which is not a true aim unless you have some special, because aiming is technically two swifts. But yes,
my fake aim.
Targeting, you're shooting at him, so there'll be a -5 for his cover.
Okay. Let's see. I think I did that right.
Nat 20.
All right, nat 20.
You miss. No.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
Does he want to spend a destiny point to negate 30 points of damage coming to him? I think he does. Let me go to his character sheet. So everybody's getting rid of their spare destiny points. He's down a destiny. Not that you need to know it, but you wouldn't necessarily know that he chose to do that. but
Everyone's throwing ripples in the pond here. What the hell's going on, guys?
anything with your swift? Probably not. You can tell me afterward. Let me move on to Moreau and then holler if you see something special. Moreau.
Yeah. So I'm going to, hearing a giant, well, do I hear a splash yet, or is that like actively happening?
I mean, it's concurrent. It did kind of happen. I will also say this water is fairly good flowing, so, there is a splash, but not a huge splash.
It's more like, oh, okay, well, I'm sure they're fine. And then I'm going to take the full round action to install my own thing.
Okay.
Since I'm here.
Okay. Give me a mechanics check. This is going to be a teeny bit harder than sort of the standard in the handle explosives, which I think is setting it up. I think is typically a 15, something like that. Arming and disarming is a full round action. So this one's probably going to. Let's just go ahead and roll, and we'll see how well you set it up. It's actually a bit of a sliding scale. Okay, you've put in a 21 on it for setting it up.
Yep.
There are different levels of how good the damage is when it blows, and a 25 would deal double damage. This will work with what you put in. I was setting it as it's on a result of 15 or higher. You ignore the damage reduction when you set it up, which is fine, which is what you want to do. I was setting that sort of at a +5 for the type of setup that we're doing. So it's a 20, which you still hit. But if you want to spend more action economy later to deal additional damage, you can choose to do that as you will on future action economy. Make sense?
Yeah, for now I just wanted to get the thing set up in basic and then move on to the next thing.
Okay.
So yeah, that was my action.
Bakur.
If I'm taking fire, I'd like to fly a square further under the bridge, but remain adjacent to the explosive so I can possibly tamper with them. Just try to get some more cover.
You did take fire, but you took fire from someone who is adjacent to you right now. So the guy in camo gear is right beside you. He swung underneath and came over on this cable to be adjacent to you and shot right at you. So he is...
Oh, sorry. I thought he did the rappel inside the building, like he's got
he
2
did,
feet
but
on the top edge.
But the way his cables are set up, it lets him swoop under the bridge. So
I get it now. I just misunderstood before. I thought he was kind of like hanging out a window kind of thing, trying to get an angle. I didn't realize he was right down here. Okay. Well, in that case, very tempted to pull the explosive off the mount and yeet it at him and shoot him. But that would probably kill us both and still drop part of the bridge. Fine. I am going to, since I have not drawn a weapon yet, I am going to draw, I think I've got Arrow Blade.
Vibroblade? You probably have one.
I'm thinking of, because Bakura has far more levels, I'm thinking of cutting his wire. Flying at him and using my blade to cut his wire. What are the mechanics for that, GM? Do I have a chance, or has he got some Tunt-style thing where I'd be sitting there for 6 rounds sawing while he's just shooting me in the face?
To do what with your blade?
I want to fly at his cable and cut it.
Okay. You can absolutely
That's possible.
do that. You can absolutely do that. So there are two different ways of doing that. Do you want to try to cut at his cable while you are adjacent to him? Do you want to withdraw to get away from him and then target back at getting at the cable? Do you kind of see the different? Because right now you're in a threatening square, which is fine. You may make a swipe at the cable, but it'll probably be the reflex defense is probably going to be akin to his, unless you were separating yourself and going and targeting something that he doesn't have under his control. Does that make sense?
I'll be cheese and take the easier dice mechanic. I'll
withdraw.
Yeah.
Okay. So you probably fly out and over by the stanchion. Moved you just a little bit.
In that case, maybe I will
cut it
instead
right.
of my vibro blade. Maybe I can get away with. Oh, I see. You want me to fly away from him, but over to where his cable is. Away from him.
He has cable that he's obviously attached to, so there's definitely cable where he is. But assuming that you want to target cable that he's not right next to, you would need to get further away from him. And any cable that he's right next to, I'm going to give his reflex defense to. Now that said, it's a move action to withdraw, and it's a move action to draw a weapon. So you're short on action.
What about shooting? What about shooting the cable?
How about shooting cable? You can absolutely shoot the cable from where you are without moving. But you can look to shoot the cable if you draw a weapon and shoot the cable. I'm going to remind you of this hinges thing as you shoot this cable. It will be a relatively high reflex defense.
That's okay.
Yep.
I will take that risk.
Okay. And so
I draw my rifle,
or pistol,
and I use a destiny point and nail the cable.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
Automatic crit.
That's right. Drop that sucker.
He splashes.
Who needs force powers? Yeet.
He splashes into the water and
I say we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
That's the end of round 3, and we will continue in the next session. Thanks.
Yeah, I was right.
I keep the force to myself, up because the Emperor ruined it for everyone else. We gotta find a place to hide. Guess we're going underground now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. But I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. Gotta make it out to thee. Gonna reason with the senators, try to make it better now. But somewhere out there's gotta be free. I guess we'll head to Alderaan now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. What the Emperor say order 66 now. But the force is strong and I feel it still. We should fight a war for peace. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Resurrect the Jedi, bring the Emperor down to his knees. The Sith mean nothing to me. I should strike them all down now. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. There'll be no acquittal for the Sith who killed the little Padawan. He is my enemy. Is he coming? 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 Is he coming back? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks, and I'm gonna keep on going till the galaxy is fixed now. 'Cause the force is strong and I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been rocking it since order 66 now. The force is strong and I feel it still. strong and I feel it still.